Hi, it's Mrs. Weeks and
Mrs. Poole.
yay, our first video. We're so excited.
And nervous.
And nervous, a little nervous. We really are. Hopefully no distraction. So, all right, well, we thought we would cover estimation with you because that's what we're going to go over tomorrow in class. And we said we would look at two different ways to estimate: rounding, which has rules, and compatible numbers.
Or they're sometimes also called friendly numbers.
Yeah, we did that in third grade. I bet you did that in second grade.
We
Those
did.
really nice numbers. But those are kind of loosey-goosey, aren't they? They don't really have the same exact rules that rounding do.
Your
So
compatible number might be different than my compatible numbers.
That's a very good way to say it. I love that. Okay, so we're going to start out. We have here a little thing to show you with the actual answer. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's cool.
And then rounding. So what does the rounded problem look like? And then, of course, compatible numbers. So, all right. So let's see if Mrs. Weeks can do this in any way, shape, or form. Okay, let's see here.
What color would you
I
like?
don't know. I think I'm going to try. They can't see any of this, so they're thinking we're very strange to even talk like this. Okay. All right, so our first problem we're going to do is we're going to do 25 plus 37. I'm writing too gigantic here. Okay, and that 35 plus 27, Miss Poole, what is that actually?
25 plus 37 would be 62.
You are so
62. Do I pass
smart.
fifth grade?
Yes, you do.
Woo!
Yes, you do. Okay, so that's going to be 60. That's the actual answer. Now we want to look at rounding. So if you had to round 25, what would 25 round to?
Well, I always think of 5 as holding a balloon, and if I let go with 5 fingers, the balloon is going to go up.
That's
so I'm
right.
going to round up to 30.
Do we ever round down?
We round down when the number, the ones place is 4 or below.
Right, okay. Very good. The nice way to put that. Okay, so this one in this case is 25. So we're actually going to make that into a 30 because that's what that would round to.
We go to the next 10.
That's right, exactly, which is what rounding is. That's gonna live more in the tens as opposed to compatible numbers. Okay, so that's gonna be 30 plus, and what is 37 gonna round to then for us?
37 again is going to round up to
Okay.
40.
Okay, and so we have 30 plus 40, which is 70. Now, we can kind of see the difference already between this actual answer and what the rounded answer looks like. So let's see here now, because this was rounded. So now we're going to do it to this compatible and friendly numbers. Okay, friendly kind of are what we think of as friendly. So what's comfortable and easy? We say those are usually 5s or 10s. So going back to this 25, does that need to change at all?
Because it ends in a 5, because the ones is a 5, I don't think that we need to change
I
that
wouldn't
number.
either,
I think
and
that's
I'm
a very
really-
friendly number to
I
work
think
with.
so too, and I really think of quarters and things like that that are easy to add. So I'm going to
Exactly.
leave that as 25. And then, ooh, that 37. What do you think about that 37? What would you do to that?
37, because we kind of want to look at numbers that are in groups of 5 or groups of 10. I think I would go down to 35.
I
just
would
because
too.
That's
I really
an easy
would.
number to work with.
And I think that's
I
a
can
good
add my
idea.
5s very
Oh, exactly.
easily.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Okay, and so 25 plus 35 would give us
60.
Ooh, now you know what I love about this is look at that. I just think that's a good thing to point out. This was the actual answer. This is the rounded answer. And look how close we got to that actual answer by doing those compatible numbers. So, and nothing is wrong here. This is just rounded versus compatible numbers. So, okay. I am going to draw a line here because we're going to try to squeeze in another problem so that everybody can see it. But I think what I'm going to do is change colors here because that's always so much fun. And here we go. All right, let's try another one. Let's go bigger, okay? Go big or go home.
Let's do 3-digit this time.
Okay, all right. Well, my writing is going to be horrible here. So 356 plus 118. Let's try that. And Mrs. Poole, what is the actual answer there? Put that math cap on.
Oh, I got to put on my 5th grade math cap. 356 plus 118, 474.
Oh, very nice job. Boys and girls, you can check that at home. Let's see if she's right. So, all right, now we got to look for rounded. Okay, first of all, I want to point out to you that we're going to round, but we're going to round to the nearest tens place. And the reason I'm going to say that is because we're going to see how close to the actual answer we can get. And rounding to the nearest tens gets us to a little bit closer. Now, when you round and you say what place you're going to round to, a good thing to do is to actually go in and mark that place, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to mark these 10 places. I don't know if you guys can even see that. Okay, there you go. All right, so here we go. We've marked our 10 places. We know what place we're looking at. Let's round these. So we have 356. We're rounding to the nearest tens, which means we look to the place next to it, which is that ones place. So what does 356 round to?
So I'm really looking at the 6 in the ones place, and I'm going to round that up to the next 10. So I would get 360.
Very nice job. 360 is our number. Okay, now I have 118, and again, this is the place I'm actually rounding to. So I'm going to look at this 8 right here, and is that 5 or more?
8 would be 5 or more. It's
Right.
not 5 or 4 or less. So I'm going to round up. So my tens place would now change to 20.
Right. So now we have 360 plus 120. This is our rounded to the 10, to the nearest 10, because that 56 is closer to 60, the 18 is closer to 20. That's the way we're going to look at it. And 360 plus 120 is
480.
awesome. Okay, again, we're going back and we're looking at actual versus rounded. Okay, so here we go again. Now we have to look at compatible numbers. So, Miss Poole, what would you do with 356? What would be comfortable for you?
Again, remembering that compatible numbers, we're looking at either to end in 5 or to end in a 10. 356, I think, would be very close to 355.
I like that too. I would do that too. That's what I would do. Now, no, it's not. We wouldn't be wrong to go to 360.
We would not.
It's just a kind of a bigger jump.
so
You're
much
going to jump
closer.
4 numbers, 4 digits up, as opposed to going down just 1 more. So, okay, so 355. And what would you do to that 118?
118, I think I would go up and I would go up to 120 because I only have to jump 2 places if I was looking at a
Right.
number line
Oh.
versus going back 3 places to get to
Right.
115.
Very nice job. And there we have 475. And again, will you look at that, Miss Poole? Okay, this is
Look
the
at it.
actual. This is the rounded number, and this is our compatible number. So I think we're kind of starting to see what rounded numbers look like versus what compatible numbers look like. But there are rules for rounding, guys. Compatible numbers are just those friendly ones that we're looking at ending in those 5s or 10s, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead. We're going to give you 2 problems, okay? Okay, guys, so what we're going to do here is 2 problems to do at home and to bring in tomorrow for classwork. Now, remember, you can go back and watch what we did and what we talked about. Remember, rounding. We're gonna tell you where to round to, and then compatible numbers are just those friendly numbers. And I'm going to want you to do that with both of these, okay? Okay, so here are your problems. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm going to write in red. Okay, here you go. Ready? The first one is going to be 23 plus 26, okay? And we want to see the rounded and compatible, okay? So rounded,
Do we also want to see the actual?
ooh, and compatible, and you can do the actual too. Hopefully I spelled that right. Good grief. Okay, and the second one is going to be 254 plus 312. Okay, what do you think?
I think they can do it.
I think so too. You guys bring this in tomorrow. We're going to go over and we're going to work more on rounding and finding compatible numbers. You guys are awesome. Our first video, all done.
Rock on!
Woo! Bye guys, see you tomorrow.